It's a joke. Call it out rather than telling us all how great they are, because we're not idiots. We can see how it's been assembled. We can see the rules have been broken. 115 charges. This video is being brought to you with thanks to Surfshark. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to browse websites in other countries and keep you safe and secure from hackers. Surfshark allows you to virtually travel the world with just the tap of a finger. As an example, we here in Ireland can What is Afflix? We here in Ireland can watch other countries' Netflix libraries, unlock UK services such as BBC iPlayer, and of course that all-important Spanish DAZN account for football. Surfshark keeps you safe and secure by covering up everything that you do online. When your device connects to the internet, all this information is, in a way, blurred out. This is particularly effective when you're out and about on public Wi-Fi, maybe you're in college or at a cafe. It keeps your information safe and secure from hackers. With a Surfshark, just ask Surfshark. Just here, have a Surfshark. Johnny? Mildred, Surfsharks? Surfshark allow you to use unlimited devices on just one subscription, meaning if you so wish, you can grant access to your friends and family. On top of that, Surfshark offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it, they refund you. It is that simple. Simply scan the QR code on your screen right now, or use the link in the description, putting in the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. And also, one more little thing to get off my chest. Can everybody stop blowing smoke up the arse of Manchester City? If I have to sit through Sky Sports or Sky Sports News blowing smoke up and fluffing Pep Guardiola as much as they have, just do what we all know. Just come on, somebody please, one journalist, one goddamn pundit, just come on and go, it's a farce, it's a sham, it's shallow, it's plastic, nobody gives a shit. Did you guys see the images yesterday outside the Etihad? Literally a man and his dog. Actually, maybe a woman and her dog. But that's what I seen when I turned it on. A dog on a leash and a woman there, or a man there, I can't remember which one, in a city top. And sporadic people just all over the place. Contrast that to COVID, where we're in lockdown, and Anfield. And you'll see what it actually looks like when a club who has fans, when a club who has integrity, when a club who does things in the right way celebrates. I'm sick of it. I'm never ever going to stop talking about it. I'm never ever going to give them credit because it's shallow, because it's cheating, and because it's fucking disgusting. And yet the media can't blow smoke up their arses quick enough. Do your damn jobs. Do your damn jobs. That we're paying you a lot of money for our subscriptions instead of getting Mika fucking Richards, who seems like a lovely guy, to come on and tell us how this Manchester City side is the greatest side that ever kicked the football. No, they aren't, Mika. They're a bunch of fucking money-grabbing arseholes who are absolutely taking the piss on how Liverpool, Manchester City and other clubs are trying to compete with them. It's a joke. Call it out rather than telling us all how fucking great they are, because we're not idiots. We can see how it's been assembled. We can see the rules have been broken. 115 fucking charges. But yet we're supposed to say that they're the greatest team that ever graced the football pitch. Fuck off. Quite simply. Honestly, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of seeing all these pundits on television tell us how great they are. Tell us how brilliant Pep is. Yes, he's a very, very good manager. No denying that. But he's also a cheat, as are Manchester City. They're also looking us in the eye as they lie. They're sticking two fingers up the football. The football that we all grew up. Where's sporting integrity when it takes 4 years to investigate them? And then they're arguing, not that they're really innocent. Oh no, we can't have this fan. We can't have this lad on the judiciary panel because he's an Arsenal fan. Because therefore he's biased. But the emails that were leaked, they were stolen, so they're not real. Doesn't matter that our higher-ups are bragging about that they can do what they want and move money where they want. And what's going to happen? What's going to happen if Manchester City actually get dealt with? We're not going to get these years back. You're not going to get your money back. Sky aren't going to give you a refund. You're not going to get those promotional parties that you were denied, or those league title wins, or those FA Cup wins, or the Champions League win back. No. We're going to have had that through 4 years of seeing these fucking arseholes take the piss and treat us like morons while the idiots at Sky and elsewhere keep blowing smoke up their arse and tell us that they're all about the game, that they're all about removing hate, that they're all about removing... How about removing the fuckers that are cheating? How about removing the fuckers that are putting the game into disrepute? How about removing the clowns who are making a goddamn mockery out of football? Any chance of that? Or is it all just sound bites and nonsense? So just in case anyone ever asks me why I'm never on Sky or BT or anywhere, that's why. Because I couldn't sit there and stomach the fucking hypocrites. I couldn't sit there and listen to them babble on about this great team. Because they're not. Yes, they're a good footballing side, but we can't just ignore how they got there. Oh, but we've balanced the books. Don't care. What about the 10 years before that? Am I going to apologise if they get proven not guilty? No. Never. I've seen the emails. I don't need anyone to tell me. I've seen the communication. I've seen what I've seen. And I don't give a fuck. I am never, ever going to acknowledge this Manchester City team. Ever. I'll acknowledge United. I'll acknowledge Arsenal. Anyone else. But PSG and Manchester City can do one. Never. Why would I apologise? If they get away with it, it won't be that they're innocent. You know that and I know that. Let's call a spade a spade. If they get away with it, it'll be on a technicality or because they got better lawyers or because they threw more money at it. It won't be because the 115 charges, not 2, not 4, 115 charges. So, what about if you are proved guilty? And you fuck off? Will you just disappear? Will you just wind down the club? So rather than coming in and saying what happens if they're not, how about basing yourself in reality? If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, guess what? It's a motherfucking duck. Quack. Ella, how are you, my friend? Said, no, the cheats be in charge and Neville needs to stop saying other teams spend more. If you want to use the argument that Manchester City over the past 5, 6, 7 years have started to change things around, become more financially stable, bring in money, yes. But again, I ask you, how did you get from where you were to the top of the table? How did you get from where you were to where you are now? Because you didn't do that by doing what you're doing. You did that by doing what we all know that you probably did. Can't stand Pep Guardiola pretending he's the saint that would walk if they were guilty. It changed for me. My respect for Guardiola went out the window when he came out and basically doubled down on Manchester City being innocent. That to me was the end of my respect for Guardiola. Look, I'm not going to sit here and ever say that the man is an incredibly good coach. He is. Of course he is. The man knows football inside out. But he's ruined his legacy. He's tarnished it in world football. You can say what you want, go where you want, talk who you want. Your career basically stopped after you landed from Bayern Munich to Manchester City for most of us football fans. Because we've seen what you did at Barca. We've seen what you did at Bayern. We know how they get their money, how they fund their clubs. Correctly. Barca taking the piss a little bit in recent times, granted, but at least we're held accountable. And I have nothing against the players as such either. I mean, they're not dumb. You know what I mean? They know. They know what we know. But ultimately, you know what I mean? And I get that. You've got families to support, lives to live, careers to go with. But you're never going to have the respect and adulation of the world, of the real football folks out there who look at it and see Bobby Firmino yesterday. That's how you send off a club legend. That's how a player feels like, shit, this is different. This hits different. I'm a god right now. They're out there looking at Bobby Firmino, saying his goodbyes, tear in his eye. The whole stadium singing Si Senor, the mural outside. That's what it means if you're at a club like Liverpool or a club like Manchester United. A club that win things, treat players the right way, do things the right way, and actually idolise players. So yeah, Bobby won one of everything. And yeah, maybe he won't have as many trophies as De Bruyne or Aguero. But you know what he can do? He can go to bed at night, put his head on his fucking pillow and know that he did things in the right way for the right club. A club that tried to actually play from within their means. And a club that tried to build a foundation of success off what they could actually afford. And not off a nation's wealth. Where's the jeopardy? I've said this time and time again. Where's the jeopardy when you don't have to run a business to actually make sense? Because it's not fair on anyone. What's jeopardy? Danger. You know? Let's say you were running a business, mate, and you had to make sure that that business had enough money every week to pay the staff, to keep viable, and to be competitive against your competitors. You have to do that in a way you can afford to do it, and in a way that's, of course, within the rules of business. If you've got a country's wealth and you're losing 10 million, 15, 20, 100, 150, 200 million. Look at Roman Abramovich when he ran Chelsea. £900,000 a week over 19 years was the average losses sustained by Chelsea. Most clubs can't afford that because they're ran as businesses. Yes, there's an emotional investment from us fans, but ultimately they're ran as a business. So it has to make sense, has to be viable, and it has to be sustainable. Can we say that that's the case? You can tell me that Manchester City's owners will never walk away, or that Newcastle's owners may never walk away. But what if they do? What if they get bored? What if the world shifts and football isn't as sexy as it once was, and they just decide to asset strip the shit out of the club? What happens then? I know people are going to tell me it won't, but I've seen it done. Go to France. Go to Spain. Have a look over there. Look at Malaga. Look at other clubs. It happens. You might not think it. You might say to me, but Craig, they're doing all the right things. They're improving the area. They're improving around the Etihad. They've built the brilliant campus. They've invested in the city. Yeah, but why have they done it? Why have they done it? Have they done it because they deeply love Manchester City? Or have they maybe done it to give a good light to their country around the world? Now, if you want to spend money on your country and you want to invest in public relations and you want to, tell people to travel and visit your country, of course, that's absolutely fine. But don't do it through a football club. Don't do it by trying to take away the disgusting things that you've done in the past and gloss over it with success on a sporting arena. That's horseshit. And to all the people of Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia, I mean no disrespect to any of you. I hope someday to meet you guys. I hope to visit your countries, and I hope to enjoy myself, and I hope to learn more about your heritage, about your cultures, and about your wonderful countries. I sincerely do. There's no xenophobia coming from me to your part of the world in any way, shape, or form. I promise you that. But I can't just ignore this. I can't see a sport that I've idolized, that I've kicked the ball around since I was a kid, that I've dedicated most of my fucking life to, destroyed by greed and by evil. I can't do it. I cannot sit by and watch that happen.